Welcome to this little speech about training education in cybersecurity. I'm pretty sure that you heard sentences before where it stated young people are lazy, training is boring, Generation Z is not willing to work hard. This is not at all my opinion. On the pure opposite. I think that the young generation, they are super motivated. They are willing to learn. Sometimes they are like sponges picking up stuff and picking up stuff really quick because generation TikTok, they are on the fast path and maybe they are not willing to work hard, but smart. So why not go in this part? My name is Claudia Zeuren. I picked this picture by purpose because I liked it a lot, and it's presented on the Go Hack by you. Thank you for that. When I did this photo shooting, the photographer asked me to bring a gadget from my job and my education and my background. So instead of like wrapping a mouse around my neck, I decided to bring this mask, even though that I'm not really related to Anonymous. I'm working still at SIX Group. I've started there 2019. I'm there a SOC trainer for the people doing the night shifts to enable them handling certain incidents during the night. And also because I have to teach them and to enable them how to do that. Of course, I'm working in the SOC as a senior detection analyst because I have to know myself how to do it before I can train somebody else. Furthermore, I'm a quality assurance manager. I'm doing the checks that the incidents are handled not only correct, but the same way so that the auditor is happy and we are happy and it's well presented. And furthermore, I'm doing the ITC apprentice training for the 3rd and 4th year of the apprenticeship in the ICT environment. My agenda for this little speak here is I will present SIX Group really briefly, going through that real quick. And then focus on 2 parts. One part will be how we are training the apprentice in the SOC environment and what we are doing in regards of education in our SOC that I'm working in at the moment. So what is SIX Group all about? SIX is the backbone of the Swiss financial market. It started in 1930 already with the stock ticker service. And 3 years ago, the SIX digital exchange came to that, the SDX. So this is the path that we are going. What is it all about? We have around 4,100 employees at the moment, are located in 19 countries, 27 locations, and we have a whopping 86 nationalities. So diversity is something that we are living there. What is SIX all about? I'm sure exchange is something that you are familiar with, the Swiss exchange, the Spanish exchange, and the SDX being the digital exchange. We have security services being the exchange, the post-trading stuff. We have financial information. I'm pretty sure that you are familiar with this information if you are listening to the radio. Quite often there is presented SIX data as what is Nasdaq, what is SMI, what is all about. And banking service, of course, the e-banking and Twint are the ones that are handled also via SIX on our environment. So what is cybersecurity and education training all about? Before we go into details how SIX is handling this, I would like to do a little recap. I picked a landscape that can be anything. I picked this one from the European Union Agency for Cybersecurity that is pointing out that malware is still a big thing, but also manipulation of data. So fake information can be a trigger there. But again, social engineering being still a huge part of it. What are we handling on a daily basis? It's pretty sad to say, but 2024, fishing is still a thing. And fishing is the one that we are handling in the SOC far most. The majority of the incidents that we are handling on a daily basis are related to fishing. Of course, not always true positive, real fishing, but sometimes, quite often, false positive as well. And then what is the target? What is the objective? We heard it before. It's data theft, it's financial fraud, it's password stealing or credential harvesting and whatnot. And we have to keep that in mind if we are doing cybersecurity or more so training. What are we willing to achieve here and what is our goal? And if we have a little outlook here, threats 2030 from the same source here, we see the skills shortage is not on the first part here. It's still the supply chain there and advanced disinformation being AI and whatever created, but skills shortage is still on the list that needs to be considered. So therefore, I will now ask you the question, what skill set is required if you want to work in cybersecurity? Yes, please.
Analytic thinking.
Good point. Yeah.
Creativity.
Excellent point. Furthermore, yes?
Communication.
Excellent. You are mentioning all the soft skills, and I love that. If we are going through the list, what is all required, then it's close to overwhelming. It's security architecture, incident handling, malware analysis, forensics, knowledge of operation system, pen testing, ethical hacking that is still going on next door, artificial intelligence, network security, knowledge of cryptography, cloud security, programming, so on and so on. It looks a bit overwhelming, and if I'm even doing the next click, it brings your example that you already mentioned. I think it's equally important that you bring a certain curiosity, reporting skill, analysis and analytics is there, but also skepticism. Is this really correct, what I'm seeing in the log here? Collaboration skill, communication, teamwork, creativity, and persistence. So this is a huge skill set that is required to work in cybersecurity. But from my point of view, if somebody is an excellent coder, it doesn't mean necessarily that he is the best architect. On the other hand, if somebody is super good and skilled in forensics and malware analysis, maybe he is not the best in policy writing or even programming and coding. So therefore, from my point of view, if you are in an excellent position where you have all these skills combined in a team, that's the best part. But if you want to achieve all of these skills to an equally good level, I think that's a bit ambitious. What we are doing with the apprentice at 6, we are doing internships, but also we have cyber soldiers from the Swiss Army coming to us for a short, let's say 3 months time to work in the SOC and get some practical input there. We have selection days for new apprentices. We have events like IT computer science days, Girls Can Code, National Future Day that was taking place last Thursday. We had more than 100 people coming to 6, and they organized half a day going in an interaction where they had like an ATM machine open so the people and the young people could see how the money is floating through such an ATM machine. They liked it a lot. I have some pictures here from the last computer science days, and especially this machine here was really, really interesting to see. They wrote a program, and according to the facial expressions, you got a cocktail mix. Of course, not with alcohol, but with different juices from this side and from the other side. And if you were looking sad, you got a different cocktail than when you had a smiley face on that. And the young kids had the opportunity to program this one, even doing little other programs. They had drones flying around, and they did quite a lot. So it's really nice to see such a bunch of young people being happily engaged here in this young talent at 6. Especially going into apprenticeship, we have IT apprenticeship in 2 different sections. We have platform development as well as application developers. We have mediamatics, the guys that are doing the cool videos and web presence and whatnot. We have commercial apprenticeship and digital developers in apprenticeship as well. For my part, I did, when I started my own career, I did a commercial apprenticeship first and had the great opportunity there in the company that I did my commercial apprenticeship, that I not only changed every 3 months the department, so I can sniff into details about HR, about other departments, but also the IT departments. Back then, IT was still called like electronic data processing or something like that. But it got me hooked, even though these 3 months were flying by so fast. I had the opportunity during my commercial apprenticeship, writing my first program there, and that got me hooked instantly. So therefore, I did a second apprenticeship after that for another 3 years to be a programmer and analytics. And after that, I went into the security sector. So therefore, my career path was maybe a little bit unconventional, because back in the days there was no such thing such as a IT advanced study. So it was a bit zigzag going into that. Our apprentices that we have in the SOC are always from the platform development. What are we doing there? The path is starting not only in the 3rd year, but already in the 2nd year. They have to apply really formal to us in the SOC and present themselves why they are intending to come to the SOC for the next 2 years. Last year, we had 3 people intending to come to the SOC and could even choose from them whom to pick. And then in the 3rd year, we are defining together with them a learning path. We are doing coachings and trainings, super hands-on incident response, and we are doing an official reporting with grading, accomplishments, and improvements there. Then in the 4th year, it's getting more complex. They are having the opportunity to go to different teams in the cyber department, not only in the SOC, only in brackets here, but to threat hunting, vulnerability management, the red team, the platform engineering, whatnot. And especially in the 4th year, they have the opportunity to finish with us the final thesis. The EPA is the individual practical work that they are doing. It's always challenging to find the topic there, because it should be something that is adding value for the company, but it's also something that needs to be defined super in detail, and definition of title and timeline and grading and whatnot. But here the pictures from this year's exam. Our apprentice is standing here on the stage, and he had such a good grade that he had to go to the stage twice because he had to accept the prize, because his EPA, his final thesis, had such a brilliant grade of 5.9 in the end. So therefore, yeah, I'm proud that he had to go to the stage twice. Last year, I was nominated for the ICT Training Award to be one of the best trainers for ICT Apprentice. In the end, Swisscom won, really well deserved, but I was honored to be even nominated. It felt a bit like nominated for an Oscar award or something. But going into details, what are we doing with the apprentice? We are having training, education, development plans. It's super hands-on. They are directly involved in the incident handling. We are doing coaching with them. We have subject matter experts that are taking over sometimes. They have weekly session with coaching and with me as an apprentice trainer. But they are going to use as well the Try Hack Me and Hack the Box environment. We have Udemy learning passes defined, and another platform that we are looking at is this anti-siphon platform. This is not as huge as the immersive lab that Markus presented yesterday. It's rather for rookies. And we will see if this is something that we go further on. It's not free. It's about $250 or something per year. But it's a good platform so that the apprentice can do on their spare time where they have no task, educate themselves, doing it as self-learning, so to say. Let's go a little bit further what we are doing in the SOC, because we are doing education ourselves as well. It's not just that we have the full skill set and then we are done, we know everything. It's the advantage and disadvantage working in cybersecurity. Every day is something new is popping up. The adversaries are getting more sophisticated. And so therefore, what is the SIX SOC all about? We are about 50 people, but this is including the night shifts as well. I mentioned that before. We have the opportunity to use is a powerful word, to work together with these operators during the night shift, but during the day we are approximately 15 people in the SOC doing the incident handling. If we are talking about figures here, it's at the moment up to 150 incidents that we are analyzing, but lucky enough, not all of them are risky and true positive. So we are monitoring the events, and we have a modern SOC environment and office at Hartwurmstraße. It's in the 5th floor there. I always call it the penthouse up there. Unfortunately, we have no windows around, so because it's in the middle of the building, but we have a lot of screens around that help us with dashboards to have the actual current situation presented there. We have, lucky enough, in 3 different countries, in Warsaw as well, but the SOC is located mainly in Zurich. We have colleagues from the Spanish exchange that used to have their own SOC, is now, they are working with us as well in Barcelona and Madrid. And we are super happy to have even 2 colleagues in Singapore. So this work around the sun and with the sun and whatever is helping a lot, because they are starting at around 2 o'clock during the night. And when we start at 8 o'clock, quite a lot of stuff is already done in the night shift, and we can start at 8 o'clock. Our organization is not that 15 people are doing incident handling all the time. We have a plan that each and every one is doing, let's say, 1 to 2 weeks per month incident handling on the front line, and the rest of the team is constantly searching for automation, for improvement, reducing false positive, whatnot. So therefore, it's not that we are engaged all the time from 8 to 6 o'clock with incident handling. It was mentioned before, this can be a little tiring if you are constantly just doing incident handling. So I like the approach that we are having at the moment. What is the education all about? Here is the SANS and training roadmap, but this is just one example. It's not something that each and everyone has to follow, but nevertheless, I think it's a good approach if you want to start somewhere with this education. You have the baseline skills, you have focus roles, and you have crucial skills or more into details. I did this training about hacker and techniques. It's called hacker tools, techniques, exploits, and incident handling. Lately, it was a training in 6 days. The last day was even a capture the flag event, so therefore 5 days of training. But it was challenging. It was super fast. It was super into details, and the trainer were excellent. But silly me, I booked the wrong time zone. So it was the correct course that I was booking, but I booked the one in the time zone of America on the west side. So therefore it was 8-hour shift. So my training started at 5 o'clock until 3 o'clock in the morning. It was something different. On the other hand, the huge advantage was it was super quiet in the house. So I could focus on the training fully there. I had the morning to sleep in a little longer, do some stuff during the day, and started again at 5 o'clock in the evening. I realized maybe this is my time zone because it was working fine. But this is just one picked out of this entire roadmap from SANS. Of course, we have possibilities and option to do certifications. What I did is 2 of them. I did the CISA. This is more for auditors, because I used to work in the UBS card center doing the PCI audits there, and it was helpful to know the mindset of an auditor. It helped me tremendously doing this certificate CISA. And additionally, the CISSP, where Peter was my supporter in the end to do the entire training session and whatnot. Because I figured out myself, I'm not sure how you are handling that, but I had never at school a lesson how to learn. My nephew is now in the first secondary school. They have training lesson how to learn and how to learn different things. I never had that. So therefore, as a preparation for the CISSP certificate, that was in a few years back when the certificate took 8 hours with 250 questions, multiple choice. And I took these 8 hours. In the end, I had like 7 minutes left or something. So I needed that. And to prepare myself for that, I had a training coach. And she was not in the cyber business, but she was a teacher and helping me to sort out these little chunks of learning and how to process it and how to remember it. That was for me super helpful. But you see, not only for Misaka and ISC Square, there are some certificates focusing quite often on cloud parts. We have EC counseling. We have various different other education parts. What are we doing in our SOC? We are doing weekly training sessions. That is a kind of train the trainer, lesson learned, where we had difficult or challenging incidents. And we are booking on a weekly basis 1 hour to get together and learn from each other. Because we are 15 people are working slightly different, and we are learning from each other. So these are hands-on handling. We have incident response, train the trainer session. Quite often we have lunch and learn, and these are organized from our 6 security champions. We have, of course, all the information that is out there about technical articles, blogs, newsletter, OSINT, white paper, whatnot. I like a lot the capture the flag events that we are doing, or Boss of the SOC. The picture down there was a typical Boss of the SOC event that we did with the Splunk SIEM environment. And that was really fun. I got so excited. I realized when I left the room that I had really red cheeks because I got so excited. So this is the cyber part that we are doing. As a conclusion from this cyber education, find your own security passion. It doesn't need to be this entire skill set, but find your passion where you are good at. Follow your personal development plan, reflect regularly, Where do I stand? Where do I want to go? What is my strengths? Where do I want to develop? Define an individual career steps, and sometimes the perception of cybersecurity is often not reality. Apprentices are sometimes a bit disappointed that we are often working with Excel sheets or PowerPoint and not hacking the hackers, stuff like that. Focus on your strengths. This is maybe something that teachers don't want to hear, because they are always focusing on the weakness to get rid of that. Sorry, maybe a different. But if you are familiar with your own strengths and you foster that and you are bringing it into the team and helping the company, this can help a lot. Continuous learning is the thing here. And last point, get the mentor, cybersecurity expert body, maybe a learning coach such as I did, and celebrate the small steps. This is my conclusion here. Any questions, input, feedback? Yes, please.
Maybe much more feedback or thank you. I think it's really great to see that you're working on not just building skills on university level, but I think the Berufslehre is a superpower of Switzerland.
Yes.
And using that in a field where everybody's complaining that there is not enough people, but we don't do it at the base is very refreshing and very encouraging very encouraging to see that you see this as a superpower, and it's not just people who can't go to the university make a Berufslehre. So thank you for that.
Totally agree. Yes. Thank you for that. Anything else? Yes, please.
So, are you creating your own training materials for that, or is it something that you source from elsewhere?
It's developing constantly. We are using the internal stuff that we are already having. We are creating incidents and document them to train the apprentice again, but it's super hands-on. We have a path that is more theoretical. I call it cybersecurity from A to Z, and A starting with access management, Z being 0 days. This is more for the rookies and as a basic. We have internal on our Confluence site quite a lot of description with knowledge base, but with special content for the apprentice as well. Furthermore, I always encourage them to write their own like Spickzettel or cheat sheet, exactly. Because if I tell them something and they are writing it in their own words, it's adding value again. Is this answering your question?
Yeah.
This?
For the third step of your training plan, the internal trainings, lots of the sort, I think you call it, who's working on this? Is everyone contributing by themselves, or is that one person who has the responsibility to run this program?
The last time, thank you for this question, the last time we did this Boss of the SOC was internationally. It was a few groups in Switzerland, a few groups in the Netherlands, in UK, in America, and where not. And here in Zurich, they in the club, what's the club called? It's also a cinema. It's near Badnerstraße. They had this club there, and instead of the dance floor, they created some desks with monitors and whatnot and participating there. Quite often, 6 is just building one group. And this group is containing not only of SOC people, but also defenders and from the red team and whatnot. The more diverse, the better, we figured out. And quite often we are just enrolling there, building our own teams and being as 6 there part of this organization. We did capture the flag internally as well, because just as a training how to build that, but it is super time consuming to do stuff like that. So therefore, participating is fun, doing it is a lot of work. Okay, yeah.
Claudia,
Yes, please.
you were in this job for some years now. Do you see that
things have changed over that time, the way you work with the apprentices and with your pupils or students?
Thank you for these questions. I learn myself always additional stuff for each and every new student that I'm coaching here. I did the 10th final thesis last year, so therefore I'm doing it for quite a while. And I see that the people are different, the approaches are different, and I'm learning myself. But speaking more generally, what changed? It's a bit frustrating that awareness campaigns, as presented yesterday by Markus from Swisscom, not every company is doing it the same way. And sometimes it's just overwhelming. They are sending out phishing training mails and to a sheer crazy amount, and the response from the people are more paranoia and really recognition and sensibility and how to recognize that. So therefore, it's a bit frustrating that we have to talk in 2024 still how to recognize phishing, how to build a strong password and not reuse it everywhere. So therefore, education changed, and we have the budget, we have the sensibility and the awareness from the top management that this is important. That used to be different, let's say 20 years ago, when the top management simply didn't see the benefit of doing trainings like that. But yeah, it's never ending. Yeah.
I'm going to cut here just so that Dario has a few minutes to get ready for his talk, which is the next one in this room. But thank you very much, Claudia, for coming and sharing your insights. I think it was such a